Head on over to MrMuckCoin.com. Link is in the description. And make sure you use code GS80 to purchase 1 million coins for $80 even. And also tax is included, so you will receive 1 million coins even after purchase. And also, if you happen to have a PS4 and you played last year, check your accounts because they are also purchasing Madden 18 coins for the PS4. Hit me up on Twitter if you have PS4 coins for Madden 18. We'll set you in the right direction so you can go on ahead and get you some money on a game you're never going to play again. What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jez. Welcome back to another Madden video. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. So we are about to go on ahead and into the mainly unseen Madden drama that has been going on. And I'm going to get into that in a second. First, let me get this yawn out the way. There's been a drama that has been happening. And a lot of you guys probably don't know. So it's just something, excuse me, I wanted to go ahead and talk about. So this past weekend, this Friday, Muhead had their Friday night football event, and there was $1,000 for the it was a squads tournament. Now, there's definitely a whole other side of the community that, you know, if you don't play squads a lot, you probably don't know, but there's definitely a squads community. And I played squads very heavily this year. Very, very, very heavy. So I played with and against all the top players. If you were very, very, very good, I played with you and I played against you. So they have a very tight-knit group of folks. But again, there is a community there, and I think they had a squads tournament maybe a month ago or something like that. And as someone who, I wouldn't particularly say I'm like in the squads community because I do play a lot of squads, but I also play like a lot of head-to-heads, and the squads folks mainly just play squads. Like that's just their thing. They mainly only stick to squads and nothing else. So, you know, I have a little hybrid due to my YouTube channel. You know, I do head-to-head, and you know, I play a lot of squads because their rewards were unbelievable throughout the year, and it was the quickest way to get Coach Madden to get very good rewards. And you know, I played a lot of squads, and me having a very, very, very good team, there's a lot of people that would want to play with me, right? Because my team is always OP, so it's beneficiary to a lot of people. And, you know, I've played with pro players from Bugs to Wilden to a lot of the top tier players. You know, Ryan plays Mutt, DG Drift, A1 Loco, A1 Master, FPS Inch, FTO, Stamper. I've played with everyone. So like a month ago, they had the squads tournament, and a lot of the pro players were chosen as captains. And there's, I think, 8 captains, and they choose whoever 2 players they want. Now, they do have their limitations. You can't be a coin sponsor. You can't have a coin sponsor. You have to live in the U.S. So, like, I wouldn't be eligible to participate in anything like this, or anyone that has a coin sponsor or anyone like that. But we looked, and there was only really, like, one squads player that was chosen, which is Banks. And we looked, and you know, most of the pro players who are all captains went and got, you know, their homeboys, their people. But squads is a completely different animal from head to head. Like it's a completely different game. It's not even close. Like things that will work in head to head will get shut down in squads. Things that work in squads, it's impossible to do in head to head because there's only one person there. For example, like high points, you can run manual wheels on the outside, high point them in squads. You can't do that in head-to-head because you can't control a receiver. There's no one controlling a receiver for you to be able to do that. And in head-to-head, crossers work. because you only have one user, so you have to cross man. You got to do a lot of different things. In squads, that gets shut down because there's, if you play twos or threes, even if you play twos, I have a user, you have a user, we'll just, we'll just shut down both crossers manually. You watch one, I watch one, and it's shut down. We're in head-to-head. It's a little bit more difficult to shut down crossing routes. But in squads, you can run toss so effective. You can't really do that in head-to-head because you can have someone user the puller, and with lead the way, it's 97% an auto pancake if you touch someone with lead the way. So if you get on a pulling guard in squads and you run a toss, if you just touch someone, they literally drop to the ground. They fall. So there's a lot of things that squads can do that head-to-head can't. There's a lot of things that head-to-head can do and squads can't, and things like that. So we looked, and a lot of the squads community like, well, why is there only one squads player there? It doesn't make sense, because I will put my life savings on if I were to pick the top 3 squad players against Dreeny, Problem, and Dubby. I would put my money on the squad guys because it's a completely different game mode, and it takes a lot of adjusting to do because the game mode is just so different. There's a lot of things that you have to look out for that a pro player that doesn't take the time and effort to put into squads isn't really going to look out for, because that stuff will never be ran in head-to-head. So you just don't look for wheels in the end zone caught in the back pylon with a high point, because you can't do that in head-to-head. But anyways, there's only one squad player chosen, and everyone's like, that's wild because there's so many good squad players. Why is okay? Whatever, And we ended up, watching. And this time around, Country Girl, and as you guys know, we have been dating for several months now. She was chosen as a captain. Now, in order to be selected, you have to put in an application, and you have to, give your reason why you should be chosen as a captain and whatnot. And she did not put in an application. They reached out to her to become a captain. Now, the numbers speak for themselves, and she is the biggest squads streamer. She has more followers on Twitch than anyone that streams the game. She has more followers on Twitter than anyone that plays, squads. Now, don't get me wrong. If Problem were to happen to just stream a squads game, he would outview anyone, right? But that doesn't necessarily make him a squad streamer. When you specifically talk about a squad streamer, she's the biggest name out there. She has more influence, she has more resources, more followers, more viewers than anyone in the community, and she's been doing it for a few years now. Not a lot of people even know, like, her name is in the credits for Madden 18. She got flown out for Madden 18 to give her idea of squads, and the squads developers follow her and stuff like that. So she's very involved in squads. So she got chosen as a captain. And the beef came about where a lot of the pro players the squads players were upset because she was chosen as a captain, saying she doesn't deserve it, saying that there's other players better, to where there was even someone, calling her the B word, saying that B word does not deserve it. And there was just a lot of things going on. Now, when she was first chosen, she can bring in any 2 players she wants. Now, mind you, $1,000 is on the line, right? And she knows every pro player. She follows them. They all follow her. She could have easily inboxed anyone she wanted to, whether it could be Dreeny, Skimbo, anyone that wasn't going to the event that happened this past weekend. Like, she could have gotten any top player, but she wanted to bring in, because this is a big opportunity, right? Now, the business mind of it, understand why she was chosen, right? Is she the best player out there? No. Are there better players out there than her? Absolutely. But, again, she has a big name in the squads community. She's the biggest streamer in the squads community. And, them just trying this out, all they want to do is get viewers, right? That's how they make their money. They got sponsorships, and they want to get the viewers in to introduce what a lot of people don't play, which is squads. There's not a lot of people playing squads out there. And, they just want to introduce it, get a lot of eyeballs on it, and, see if it goes well. And, baby steps to be able to eventually get the better players in there. But for now, they want the bigger names. Like, what's more entertaining to watch? If they tweet out, come watch the finale, Problem, Skimbo, and Dreeny versus, 3 more big names. or 3 squad players you've never heard of, you're less inclined to want to watch that game, even though they're better players when it comes to the game mode, but you just don't know who they are. So they're not going to attract as many people as a bigger name would. And they just didn't really see that. They just see it as, there's better players out there. Why her? She's not that good. And there's a lot of people that, we talk to, and I say we because I include myself in there because I was around these people every single day, playing squads every single day, and a lot of backlash, a lot of negativity, to where we won't name names, but one of the people that we did want, and I will say this name, was A13, who I believe is the top offensive coordinator in squads. He is amazing. He has it down to a science like no one I've ever seen. And not only that, he's a generally good person. And to give this opportunity, I really think squads is going to become an esport at some point, and they're trying their best to transition it, but they don't know how it'll work. Are people going to be invested in it? Are people going to want to watch it? So they're just trying it out. But if it gets as big as what I think it could get, it could be really, really, really big. So the first thing to mind was, who do we want on, who does she want on her team? It's like, well, I want to get squad guys in. This is an opportunity to bring more squads people in. Last tournament, we only had one person. This time, we actually have 2 captains. I'm a captain, and I'm referring to Country Girl talking, her saying that she's a captain, which she was. And Banks, who was in last tournament that was chosen by someone, is this time as a captain. So he is able to, in return, put his own people on, bring in his own group, where last tournament he couldn't because he wasn't a captain. He was just brought in. But this time around, he's a captain, so he's able to bring in his own group that he plays with all the time. So Tiffany went ahead and, we had discussions, and first thing she wanted to do, bring in my squad guys. I'd much rather give them an opportunity because, this is a community that a lot of people mock, and a lot of head-to-head players will sit there and like, you play squads. Like, it's a beef going on between head-to-head guys and squads. No one really respects the squad guys, even though it takes a whole completely different skill to be very good at squads. Let me tell you, being a QB, you think it's tough facing shed defense with just one user over the middle? Imagine trying to move the ball where you have shed defense and 3 users roaming around. It is so difficult. And like I said, Tim, A13 Master, has the offense down to like a science, and he's the best that I've seen. He's really, really, really good. So, all right, one, it benefits you because he's a very good offensive captain. So I think that's your number one go-to player to go to, and that's who it is you want if you can get someone, because he's an amazing guy. I've been in parties with him all the time, and I have genuine love for the guy. And if you want someone to succeed, if you're gonna pick someone to want to succeed, like, that's who we want. We want someone like that, man. Someone who just, has just shown nothing but love, very humble, very good at the game, wants to see the community grow, not selfish. And, that's the type of person you want to give an opportunity to. So we reached out to him, and he said he would, unless a buddy of his who put in an application didn't get selected as a captain. Now, if this person got selected as a captain, then A13 would have played with him because he told him that he would. So it's like, okay, well, I don't think so, because they chose the captains yesterday, and if this person was a captain, he would have received an email and he would have gotten back to you already, and you would have known that you was playing with him already. So I highly doubt it, but okay, we'll get back to you, the next day to see if he was chosen as a captain or not. And, if he wasn't, will you run? He said, yeah, as long as this person that I told I would play with wasn't chosen, I'll run. So turns out that this person that he was referring to was not chosen as a captain, and that he would play with Tiffany. But then he finds out that the timeline doesn't do good because I think his girlfriend's sister, or he had a graduation to go to. So it's like, it's unfortunate, right? We're not going to sit here and try and force him to play. We understand, we appreciate him even considering wanting to play, and because we really wanted to give that opportunity to him, because he's an amazing person, and he deserves to see like how good he is to be on the big stage. Because like I said, when I say he has it down to a science, it's beautiful in motion watching him running offense. I love playing with him because he dissects it like no other. He sees what the defense is doing. Even if you get away with doing something, he sees it, knows what you're trying to do, and takes it. It's just on another level. And on defense, we wanted. Now there's no. These two guys play together all the time, but there's no correlation with these two. There's A13 and there's A1 Loco. Now there's no correlation with the whole A1 thing. They just happen to have that as their gamer tag. And A1 Loco, I believe, is the best defensive squad player. Not only the best defensive squad player, like we have him on Snapchat. I even think he has my personal phone number. He's a real amazing human being. And again, this is the type of people you want to try to give opportunities to. This is the type of people you want thousands of people to see because they're that good and they are just amazing, genuine people that you want to try and give an opportunity to because they deserve it. We understand that Tiffany may never get this opportunity again, right? If someone else is captain, are they going to choose her? No. We know no one else is going to choose her. Is she going to have another opportunity to be captain again? Probably not, right? So this is her only time to put her people on in the squads community so they can take this opportunity, get their foot in the door, present, their game to Mudhead, and then from there on, do what Banks did and possibly become a captain and then, be able to just bring more squads players in because at the end of the day, the squads community would rather have their own people in because that's what they dedicate their time to. And if there's a squads tournament and you want the best players, you want to be able to have the best squad players out there. But it's just, they don't have the name. They don't have the notoriety out there yet. They don't have their brand out there yet. And again, Tiffany's the biggest squads player as far as size out there. Followers, views, and all that stuff. And unfortunately, A13 couldn't go because of graduation. And then A1 Loco couldn't do it because he just started the job and he's in the probation stage and he worked that day. So we couldn't go to him. So the next person we went to was like, all right, well, let's go to the person that, A13 Master had said if this person wasn't a captain, I'll play with you because I told him I would play with him if he was a captain. So, we know him. Again, we have him on Snapchat. We talk to him almost all the time. We've played with him hundreds of times in parties with him all the time. It's like, all right, let's she's like, can you see if you can get him? See if he'll play. All right, let me ask him. So I go in a party and I ask him and he says, no, I'm playing very bad right now and I'm not going to, just no, thank you, but no thanks. So that right there kind of, just got us thinking, okay, well, he doesn't want to play with you, and I say you talking to Tiffany, but we know if he was chosen as a captain, he would have played, through information of, Tim saying, well, as long as this guy's not captain, because I promised him that I would play with him if he was chosen, I'll run with you. But we already know that he would have played if he was chosen as a captain, but now he doesn't want to play with her, and then we just get people coming back to us, and there's a lot of people saying that they don't want to play with her because she's not good enough. She's not good enough, she doesn't deserve the opportunity, and they just don't want to play with her because they'd rather play with their own people. And to me, I even had a conversation with this person on Snapchat. I was like, that's foul. We know you would have played, but for whatever your reasons are, you're choosing not to play with her. For whatever reason, either you think she's not good enough, either you think she doesn't deserve it, whatever the case may be. And he was like, you're right, it's foul, because we end up finding out that he would have played if he was chosen as a captain. And there's just a whole lot of squads beef going on, a lot of hatred going towards Tiffany for receiving the opportunity, even though, no one really thinks she deserves it, even though, again, she's the biggest names out there. She's the biggest name out there when it comes to just squads. And, again, are there a lot of people better than her? Yes. But as far as names go, she has a name in the community, whether you like it or not. However you feel like she got there or whatever the case may be, she outviews anyone in squads. It doesn't matter who it is. So to start off slow, baby steps, they'll get her, and she reached out to her own squad people to try to bring them in, and unfortunately, there's no one wanted to play with her. For whatever the case may be, and then there was just a few people just flat out, saying, she doesn't deserve it. She's not good enough. Why not this person? Why not me? And we don't want to play with her unless it's our own team. Like, we're not going to play with her. So a lot of just beef, a lot of backlash going back and forth, and it's just a wild thing to see. Where I would sit here and I'm talking to them, and it's like, this is an opportunity that she reached out and tried to show love to you guys. Like, the very first thing she did was try and get her own squad people in there, knowing that none of you guys would have chosen her if you were a captain, knowing that she can get bigger names out there, and she can go on ahead and get people that can possibly do better and possibly win with. But she would rather lose with her squad people than win with pro players who don't really help bring the squad's community forward. And her reaching out and wanting to put her own squad people out there, and them turning their back on her, it's definitely frustrating to see. Not only as obviously we're together. Not only is that, and she was hurt by it. Because these are people that we consider friends. These are people that we are now finding out just don't want to play with her because she's not good enough, or she doesn't deserve the opportunity, and it should have been me, and it should have been this person, as long not her. Like, I'm not playing with her, and it's just wild to see things like that. Like, if we were friends and you got an opportunity, I wouldn't sit here and throw any hatred towards it or be upset or say you don't deserve it, even if I know I'm better or something like that. You got an opportunity. I'm happy for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to do well. I want you to go on ahead and just give an A+ effort and just do marvelous, because I rock with you, and if I rock with you, I want you to succeed at whatever it is you do. And if I can help you do that, I wouldn't hesitate. Anything I can sit here and do. Like, there's a lot of people that even from squads community or just streamers that I know. Like, I'll give my account to a streamer, because I know it would help them bring in viewers, because my team is usually stacked to some disgusting degree, and it's very difficult for a lot of people to get the type of team that I have, because I'm able to do this for a living, and I'm able to receive income by I'm able to put money in and receive that money back, and there's not a lot of people that can do this. So if I can help a streamer, I'm not going to hesitate, as long as I know that they're trusted, and as long as I feel like you have something to lose, like, because I am handing you over an account with thousands and thousands of dollars worth of money me putting into it, and like, you have to have something to lose, where you wouldn't do anything wrong with my account, because then it can just end you're streaming or something like that. So but there's plenty of people there's probably like 12 people that have access to my account that can just get on and play weekend league or squads or whatever it is you want, because of it's my opportunity to help them. Anything it is I can do, if I can help you shine, I will, no hesitation. And it's just crazy. I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the situation. There's people that I've dealt with almost on a daily basis that I just will no longer talk to, because not just because she's my girlfriend, they want to play and they were disrespectful, but it's like, I can't be friends with people that are not wanting to see other people be successful and help other people and just want to see other people do well. Like, if we're together and you're just going to be upset about, well, this person don't deserve it. Why does this person have to be? Why not me? Why not someone else? Like, why did they get it? Like, that's just hate in your blood. That's just you being selfish instead of being happy for someone else who not only deserves the spot they got put in, not only did not put an application in, did not reach out to them. They reached out to you because of your brand, because of your name, because of what you've built, because of the community that you from scratch built by yourself the past 4 or 5 years. They know that I forgot where I'm going with this. There's just so much. But anyways, yeah. There's just I can't sit here and have someone have that type of negativity towards someone, because if someone let's say I'm Stevie J, who was chosen captain, who I love. I'm Stevie J, and someone I know, like, why him? Like, he doesn't deserve it. It's like I can't be associated, because that's just hatred. That's just hatred in your heart, and I want everyone to succeed, right? Like, we all play this. One thing brings us together. It's the game of Madden, right? And am I better than a lot of people? Absolutely. Are there a lot of people better than me? Absolutely. But I would love everyone to succeed and shine. And, this game brings us all together. And I've met a lot of people that I consider friends on here. A lot of people that, I've sat here and have my personal phone number, that I've loaned money to, that I've, hit up and just play many other games with. And, people that I've met in real life, through Madden. And, I mean, I've met my girlfriend through Madden. So, I want to see everyone succeed, and I can't be around someone that just has hatred, towards someone that, they didn't do anything to deserve it. Like, they reached out to her. She didn't put in an application. She didn't even consider being a part of it. And then they asked her, and of course she's not going to turn down the opportunity, because it's an opportunity for her. And by the way, she did well. They won their first round game. The two people that she did pick, which is Wilfredo Barrett, Mikey B, and also Mad Block. Mad Block was the offensive coordinator, and Mikey B was their defensive coordinator. They won in the first round. They did well. They unfortunately lost to Banks in the second round. And we all knew Banks was the favorite because he plays squads all the time with the two people he brought in. So he brought in his own squads, and they ended up winning the whole thing. And they were the favorite going in. And the way the bracket was set up was that if Tiffany and their group won the first game, that's who they were going to face in the second game. And we knew whoever won that second round matchup was going to be the winner of it all. And Banks won on the final drive with like 30 seconds remaining off of an ad catch in the end zone. And but he had his own squads in. Tiffany, Mad Block, and Mikey, they never played together before until this tournament. And but still, even though they were still showing hatred, she still reached out to other people in the squads community. She still reached out to Mad Block, who streams squads all the time, was a very big squads member, and reached out to him and got him. And Mikey B is a very good defense guy, and he streams squads every now and then, including a lot of doubles with me and stuff. And even though they turned their shoulder on her, she still reached out and grabbed two squads people and still put them on. And let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I would love to know. Until next time, appreciate the support. Peace.